Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here. Welcome back to Better Than Potter. No, we're not. And we face the sack here with Brighton. It's been a long, hard, old year. And we're now getting murmurs of job security. You're in a bit of danger. Club legends have come out in the press and said that we should get sacked. I think his name was Glenn Murray. There we go, the 39-year-old. Thinks we should be in trouble. The board giving us that they hope we avoid relegation. Look at club vision. We're down to a C. They're extremely disappointed with how the Premier League is going. Fair to say it's not gone well since we last met, which was a not bad episode, and we thought we found a system that could work. We got absolutely humiliated by West Ham. We then lost to Fulham 2-1, and story of the year. Went there, statistically looked like we had a good game in the system. Mitrovic scored 2 corners. Yeah, this is how frustrating it's been getting. We've been playing at max tempo now just to try and get through this, because I'm resigned to the fact that I think we are going to get the sack. And even if I stay up in the Premier League this year, I don't see them offering me a new contract because of where we are in the league. So yeah, there you are. Since then, we drew the Man United 1-1 in a 4-2-3-1 that we moved to, which was based on the 4-3-3, but getting people in the right areas. I've had Cicito suspended for the last 2 games as well, which not helped. And we thought, oh, maybe that's shown something. Maybe we'll go out there and do okay against Brentford. No. Conceded 18th minute. Game was in a balance for a while. We got dunk set off and then conceded 2 goals with 10 men in the last 10 minutes of the game. So here we sit. How are you? Hey, Kevin, good to see you. How's things? King Von for president is in the chat. How's things going? Shit, and more shit, mate. I've never faced a sack on Football Manager. I've never finished and got relegated from the Prem on Football Manager. I've been playing FM since FM12. This is FM23. That's 11 years of playing Football Manager. I've never had issues in finding tactics that work. I've now moved back to the Diamond for the 5th time this season. I've tried 9 different tactics. I have had no run of results at all. Our best run was Fulham, Newcastle, West Ham, and Gillingham at the beginning of November. Since then, not a thing. I've won 1 match in here. And look, I don't see the board giving me a new contract at all. So, yeah, they're not giving me a new contract. And that's that. Is there anything that they're happy with? Plead with the press. Maybe. I'm going to actually have a look statistically how bad we've done. So, team detailed. Form, no. Expected goals. Goals per game. We're expected goal over performance. Expected goal under performance. Goals per game. I want expected goals for the year, man. Expected goals for, there we go. 52.59 is what we've wanted. We've scored 48. 4 goals less. Defending. Expected goals against, 52.7. 52.7, conceded 61. So we've scored 4 less goals than where we should have been with expected data, and we've conceded 9 more goals. Yeah. Now with this team, Dunk's out suspended as well because he's been sent off. And yeah, we've got a team that's what they reckon I should pick. Maybe. I think Danny Welbeck has to play. Don't know where he is here, Danny Welbeck. I think Danny Welbeck has to play. So Bios is never playing for us ever again. McAllister's going back here, and I'm going to get Andreas in there. Danny's going to be sold. Just not good enough. Look, it's a system that we know. The only reason I'm going back to it is in the hope that we find a result because we're at home. I have been tempted to load up a very defensive 4-4-2 and just sit there and do fucking nothing, trying to get something. But look, I'm going to go with that because it allows Cicito to play in the halfback, Taram and McAllister to play. Andreas has been in decent form and has played in the 10. Correa can play up front with Welbeck, who has got 17 goals this year. But yeah, I don't see a world. Webster's captain and he's been averaging at a 6.4. I'm just going to put it out there, boys. I'm going to put it out there. If we do not win or get a result in today's game, we are probably getting relegated. Going to actually move it on to extended and back to this. And there we are, because it's such an important game. As we should have been 1-0 down because Webster's missed a header. There's the only thing I'm going to knock about the match engine. Centre-backs are deplorable. They take heavy touches, they pass balls to opposition, and when they get goal side to make a tackle, they then don't tackle and they stand there and the ball hits them and falls back to the striker every time. So, yeah. Be interesting to see what happens. 90 minutes, 90 emotions, we need a win. I sit here standing with you saying that if we don't win this game, I'm going to give you Palace in the same episode. And we're going to play every game on this episode till we get a result. As Wilson's in for 1-0. And deflection and Webster just punts it away even though he had time. And headed straight back to Wilson. This is the defending I've been putting up with. Oh shit, I got the ball. Foof. No. Just play. Another highlight. Penalty. It looked like it was going to be. Shot and Sanchez claims. There's a highlight. Okay, if they're going to give us a highlight every 30 seconds, I'm going to switch back to fucking key because I'm not going to sit here for 90 minutes. Andreas with a poor touch yet again. Welbeck doesn't win it even though he was right on top of the ball. There's a lot in the match engine they need to tweak. I like the improvements they've tried to make and the movement and the passing's a lot better in terms of key passes and stuff. Another deflection that falls to him, but deflections, tackles, hoofing the ball for no reason. Need to fix it. Anyhow, Newcastle have been on top here first 10 minutes. Wilson picks it up, finds Fabian Schär. Finds Bruno Gomes. Great ball out of the Reece Nelson. Good ball to Wilson. Sanchez could have bailed us out and didn't. Apparently that's Callum Wilson's first goal of the season. Something tells me that has to be a glitch. 1-0 down. 1-0 down. I've never been sacked on Football Manager. I'm telling you guys all right now, if I get sacked, I'm not playing FM for the rest of the year. There's no point, man. I would be too embarrassed to play. Corner, McAllister. Front stick, headed. We've scored from a corner for only the third time this year. Scored for the corner for only the third time this year. We conceded 2 goals in the last episode of Fulham from a corner. That's only our third goal from a corner all year. Good header from Satalo, 1-1. Do we deserve to be level pegging? No. But we'll take it. 62% of the ball, great. Does not mean anything. Every time we've had a game where we've had possession, we've lost. So, yeah. We've felt like we've lost. Reece Nelson now. Goes on a run. Thuram tried to foul him, didn't. Wilson's somehow going to create everything. Like, how are you not tracking that run? You have to be kidding. These are the goals we concede, man. There's literally only one run that he can make. How are you not tracking that? Firstly. Secondly, look at this. This shot's deflected and going over the bar, and somehow Sanchez has jumped up, full-on clawed it, and dragged it down into his net. What is that animation? What is that animation, man? What is that animation? Two-all. Right on half-time, we score to get it back there. Andreas finds Correa, taps in. Yeah, look. King just said in chat on YouTube that that's a good goal at least. Like, as much as that's a good goal, we'll ship 5 goals playing this system. Because we can't defend and our keeper lets goals in like that, where balls are going over the bar and he somehow jumps up, grows to 7 foot and taps it into his own net. Doesn't matter. Every highlight we see defensively we concede from. Welbeck, McAllister. Can Lamptey get beyond? That's the other thing. Wingbacks do not get up the field high enough. As I say that, bang. This might sound stupid, boys. I'm going to complete wingbacks on attack. Get up the fucking field. Goal awarded. 3-2. Yes, proceed with the change. I need wingbacks bombing. Just as I complain about it, we get a goal from it, but that's fine. Lamptey, first time ball in. Correa volleys home. 3-2. As it stands, it's a win. Who would have thought? Something tells me we're still going to concede about 4, so we probably need another goal or 2. The Stupian picks it up. Cuts it. Correa hits the bar from point blank. Well, that close to a 2-goal lead. That would have been unheard of. We're fighting for our dear lives, and we never should be in this position with the team we have. Webster scores from a corner. Oh my goodness. We've scored 2 corner goals in a game. Does FM know that we're not Newcastle? Does FM think we're managing Newcastle or something? This is what's been happening to us all year. We lead 4-2. Someone tells me we're still going to cop it. Well, considering I've only scored 4 corners all year, 2 in the same game, no. Well, I don't think so, but I've conceded a lot of corners. Welbeck looked offside, so don't get too excited. Get very excited. The flag didn't even go up. 5-2 up. I thought he was off. What is going on? What is going on? Here we go. We are 5-2 up. We have not won. We've only won 1 game in our last 9 or 10. And all of a sudden, Welbeck was on top by a mile, by the way. We're 5-2 up. I'm actually in shock because we're not this good. That has to be said. I don't really have anyone really to bring on. Danny Sabas will come in because he's there, but I'm selling him. He's been that bad. But who do I bring? I should make some changes because we got changes. Like, Anesio needs to come on the part, doesn't he not? You know, we need the youngsters to grow, whatever, but I don't really have anything. I might just leave it, only make 1 change because what's his name was dead. Webster, Salcedo. Boy over the top, looking for anyone in particular, doesn't find anything. Well done. That's a big gaming effort from Berger. Anyway, Andreas, ball through, looking for Correa. Ain't going to find him like that. Welbeck. Look, putting about how bad of a season I've had, I actually think it's a much improved game from FM23 if they can get everything right. Right, Skelly's going to come on because you're dead. We're going to get Solly March, who wants to stay now, on, and Gross will come on for McAllister. I'm going to have to start bringing the youngsters onto the thing as well. It's a win, boys. It's a win. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. But somehow we've gone against Newcastle, who took the lead twice, and we've turned it around and battered them 5-2. That came out of nowhere. Yet again, it proves that the Diamond has potential. Yet, you watch us against Palace. This happened when we had Palace last time. And then we got pumped 3-0. Or 4-0 by Palace. And then we played Forest and we won by 5. Did it not? Am I going, that was in a YouTube episode. Yeah, there we are. Okay, it's going okay. Palace turned around and we got absolutely fisted by Palace. 4-0. Gave you the Forest game and won 5-0. Same thing's about to happen. We just pump Newcastle and you watch us go to Palace and get absolutely smacked. In terms of what we should do, I am going to give you the Palace game in this episode. You might be thinking, why, Damien? Because we can somehow beat Palace. We've got 3 games to have a look at all the teams there in the 40-point mark. And there is a world where if we beat Palace, somehow find a result against Liverpool or Spurs, and then beat Forest on the final day, next minute we finish 13th, the board might actually keep me in the job. So yeah, interesting. I'll be back for the Palace game. Don't go anywhere. Okay, YouTube, here we go. Game number 2, Palace. Win this game, we're mathematically going to stay in the Prem, and it gives us some slight hope about actually finishing mid-table and making the board happy again. If you have a look, we're only a point outside of 15th, 2 points outside of 13th. There is a world where we win today, Newcastle, West Ham and Wolves all lose, and we've jumped to 13th. Also important to note, we would go to 41 points. Our goal difference is better than all of them, so even with a couple of draws, we could get the 13th too. Important to note too, Leeds we have a better goal difference with, and they were only 4 points back. And Everton on 34, we have a similar enough goal difference where if we win and they lose, the goal difference becomes quite even. And, they're on 43. Feel like the target from here on end, with 4 games to go, is to get 6 points. Beat Palace today, Liverpool and Spurs, whatever happens, and then against Forest on the final day, win. If we get to 44, I think there's a world where we finish at a minimum 13th, as high as 11th, and if that's the case, the board can't turn around and say, well, we won a mid-table and you got there. That has to be the goal. If we lose to Palace today, I see a world where we don't beat Liverpool, we don't beat Spurs, we probably beat Forest on the final day. We finish 15th, 16th or 17th, maybe 14th if we're lucky. And if it was 14th, they might keep us. If it was 15th, 16th or 17th, we're in the realms of the footballing managing gods if we keep our job or not. In terms of the club vision, they have given us back to a C+ because we won our last game. But at the same stage, they're still fairly disappointed in what we have done this year. Team has not changed. Dunk's been handed a further too much ban as well from the suspension he received the game before this episode. But the team has not changed. All I've done is switch to complete wingbacks on attack. As soon as we switch to complete wingbacks on attack, next minute we score goals. So let's go and do it. Rest of the team stays as it is. We need some performances. Can we get some performances? Can we go out there and beat Palace? Who knows? Last time we played them, like I mentioned, we got absolutely beat 4-0 in this system by a Palace side that went rampant. Let's see what goes on here. We need to find a victory. If there was ever a time to go on a run of form, it is now. It is now. They're not lining up 4-3-3. That's good because they lined up 4-3-3 last time. They're lining up like that with Alese and Eze in behind in a deeper system. Interesting. They are 5th as well. It's important to know that. Palace are 5th and fighting for Europe. We're at home. We need a result. Would I take a point? Probably not. Ideally, would like to win. Sacido picks up the ball. Fires it out there to Estupian. Looks for Correa, doesn't find it. Richards. Anderson. Richards again. Doncora. Anderson, Hughes, look the press, Schlott wins, needs a better, Correa, finish. Andreas, good press, we lead 1-0, come on. We're fighting, boys, we're fighting. Get the Rocky Balboas out. We're fighting away. We're somehow scrapping, Apollo Creed's come hard at us in Rocky 1. And, we're on the floor, we've had the canvas in the 14th. Mickey's telling us to stay down. He's telling us to get the sack. He's telling us to get relegated. And we've got up in the 14th round. And right now we're laying a couple of big body shots into Apollo Creed. In the footballing sense that he's with Brighton and staying up from the league, which is still not particularly good. But you know what I'm getting at. If we could have one big finish, if we could go out here and score another one here against Palace, get the 2-0, then you just get excited for what could happen. Mitchell, Eze. This is the thing, though. We concede a lot of goals in this system. So, yeah. And Hughes, and they've got numbers, and we need a tackle. Well, that's not a tackle. Sanchez, save me. 1-1. There you go. Back to being on the floor again. That's the thing. Dominated the game. Bang. First shot, they've had goal. And just defenders nowhere. Don't know where they are. Nowhere in particular. Anywhere. Actually going to tell us to stop stepping up more. Be a bit more neutral. Actually going to tell us to not have that pressing trap either. You stop the cross. You still look to press high, but don't trap. Just be normal. Just feel like that's stepping up a bit more. Centre-backs are getting pulled out of position way too often to way too much. Salcido, Sotalo. Moves with it. Goes with it. We've been the better side here in terms of creating chances, but yeah. Keeper came and didn't get there. Welbeck got there. Keeper thought about it. I think it has to be Guaita. No, it's Johnston. No, they keep playing Johnston. Every game they've played Johnston, not played Vincent Guaita there. But in the end, look, it's a ball that I think's meant for Lamptey. Overhit massively. Keeper came and then stopped. Centre-backs then stopped, and Welbeck's like, well, okay, I'll score again. We'll take a 2-1 lead. Right, a highlight right on halftime. Of course there is. No chance of getting into halftime at 2-1 up. Would have been nice. Mitchell, who knows? Can we win the ball maybe? Probably not, knowing us. Can we force them long and win a header? No. Anderson. Get a press? Welbeck was there and then forgot about winning the ball. Edouard beats one. Edouard's going to have a chance. Elise misses the golden chance of them all. The easiest chance of the game fell to Elise and he missed. Great stuff so far, has to be said. Still reckon we need to trap outside. They're getting too many runs through the middle of the park. I know you have to move McAllister into box-to-box as well to help us out defensively, I think, too. A lot of micromanaging. I also feel like we need to get stuck in here. Don't need a sending off. I've already seen a few of them. Been the better side. Their only shot on target's gone in, man. They had one shot, one on target for one goal. Sums up this year. They really should have scored, though, with Elise, so I shouldn't complain. Satalo looking legless. Lamptey not having the best of the game there either. I'm going to make the change here and get Scully in. Joe Scully. And I'm actually going to move him into a wing back there on support, though. Really just sit in and don't do too much. Solly March could go out there for a Stupian, but he's having a good game on e-booking, but that's fine. Correa's out there too. That's okay. John Jones could go out there for McAllister and Tarum. To be fair, I don't trust anyone. Satalo is dead. Probably should bring him off. Get Veltman out there. Centre back on defend, I reckon. Ooh. Just sit in and don't do much, mate. Just keep it simple, stupid. A lot of micromanaging. As a corner. I've conceded so many of these. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, Sanchez, we love you. And then Veltman tried to score an own goal. Do we park the bus? I don't like parking it. Do we move into this really defensive 4-4-2 and just play on the break? That may be an option. I don't like doing it, but that's maybe an option. Another highlight. They're going to score. Too many highlights for them not to score in. Head it straight at Sanchez. I'm going to move into it, and if we concede, we just blame it, but we look like we're going to concede at the moment anyway. Sanchez goes long. Welbeck win a flick on? Never was happening. Here they come. They're going to score this highlight. They've had too many highlights where they haven't. McAllister on the break. One time. Good ball. Welbeck, get in behind, man. It was there for the taking. Just makes his room into the channel, makes his run into the channel. We got an out ball, but no. Why would you do that for? Why would you be a striker that makes a run into a channel to release danger? Ward, cutback goal. Fuck off with your fucking dumb shit game. See it again. We can see it again. No one of quality out there. Look, Danny, mate, there's ever a time to do something. Lallana in the hole. Nescio one time with pace off the bench. Move to attacking. We go. We have to go for it. This is it. This highlight will dictate if we're going to be in a job or not, you feel. Webster. Salcedo. Webster. Lallana. McAllister. Looks for Welbeck. Just didn't put enough on it. And they're probably going to hit us on the break. Welbeck reaches it. Welbeck needs to score. Straight at the keeper. Straight at the keeper. You have to be kidding. Straight at the keeper. No chip, which 90% of the population of Foot Manager does. No side foot past him. No dribbling around him. Straight at the keeper. Scored 18 goals this year. He's been our top goal scorer straight at the keeper. Wow. Is there going to be last gasp drama? We kind of need it. There isn't. It's not good enough. I think that sacks us. That point. We're going to get sacked by about a point, I reckon. That sacks us, that result. Didn't play well enough. There we go. Apparently you move ahead of Wolves, but Wolves do have a game in hand. They're the only team that have played 35. And we'll sim in this episode to see what the other results are. Well, send the assist. Yeah, whatever. Not really good enough. We need Wolves and whatever to do what they need to do here. Wolves probably won, didn't they? They drew, so they go back ahead of us anyway. What that means is if we win our next game, we could go to 42 and get to Leeds with a better goal difference just. Newcastle got to 43 with Everton. Which, if you see if we win there, it's massive. Anyhow, next episode's final day against Forest so we can determine where we finish and if we keep our job. We'll see you next time here than Better Than Potter. We're not. We're definitely not.